Raider.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosby, right out of Oklahoma City. Today, I am hanging out with Tyler with Hollow Front. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. And then we got Taylor. What is going on, Taylor?
Back again, man. What's up?
And Sam is unfortunately not here today because he is having some technical difficulties. Like he usually does, and I almost messed up saying Tyler's name. I almost did say Taylor.
Yeah, that might happen once or twice this whole time.
No, I think it will. I can actually see your guys' name at the bottoms. I don't think you can, but I can, and so I'm going to use that for reference sometimes. It is kind of confusing. So
yeah, just got a couple of bearded dudes with the same kind of name on here, and it all just kind of goes into gray.
Beards and
just
T names.
T names and beards, man. That's a record name.
So Hollow Front from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Is there a lot of metal bands out there?
There's bands. It's definitely died off in the last few years. When Hollow Front first started, like Grand Rapids had like a million local bands. Not so much anymore. A few are still left. The west, I think the east side probably has more bands, but yeah, west side of Michigan has some good bands.
Don't tell that to the east side, dude. The east side's gonna hear this. They're not gonna like
shout
it.
out west side.
Right. So the band's been around, I guess, since 2016. Is that right?
Yeah, we started. It's almost been 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, dude. Isn't that crazy how like 2016 to me seems like it wasn't that long ago, but it's been 5 years.
Yeah, it passed super quick.
Are you guys still with the same record label? Did you guys come out with what's it called? Still Life?
Yep. We are since not on that record label anymore. We are signed to UNFD. So that has like Era, North Lane, In Heart's Wake, all those kinds of bands. Nice. A lot of Australian bands.
Yeah, some Aussies. Sweet.
You knew that? You knew that, Taylor?
Yeah, man. It's a bunch of Aussies, dude. They're really, really friendly and will like shred everybody at like surfing and any extreme sport at all.
And music. Their music's good too.
Insane, dude. Polaris, all those dudes from down there. They kill it, man. That hardcore scene is fresh.
Dude, I'm going to listen to some Australian hardcore, I think, now. I think I have to. So, when you guys you guys were signed to, what record label was that?
It's called Beckwith Records. It was just like a small little local label. We didn't really, when we signed to them, we weren't really thinking long-term or big picture. It was just kind of like something we did at the moment. And then things kind of just started taking off from there. And then we got the attention of the higher ups, a little bit more higher up in the industry.
Do you think that's like there's a difference for that for anybody who's listening who might be in a band trying to get that way? Do you think there's a difference in how you operate as a band from not being on a label to being on a label?
No. I say no only because you should put this, like, I know like a lot of bands will get signed and then they'll be like, well, we're signed. And now,
that's a lot of people
over.
treat it that. Yeah. A lot of people treat it that way.
No, the label's not there to hold your hand. They're there to give you money to record, and you're supposed to do what you've been doing that got you their attention in the first place. And you're supposed to do it bigger and better, hopefully.
Yeah.
Do you think that most bands, when they get signed, they're like, great, we're signed, and then they start getting lazier? Or does the record label kind of say, all right, guys, now that you're signed, you have to come out with like this many songs, or you have to do this, or you have to do that? Are they the driving force behind a band that's signed to a record label?
I mean, they're obligated to put out those songs on their contract, but the label's not going to stand over them and, hammer them into submission to do it, I think
good label.
I think the main problem with young people in bands is they expect it to be like it was 20 years ago, and it's just not. It's a grind always until you get to the tippy top. Even then, you should still grind, because if you stop grinding, that's kind of when you lose your spark, your fire, and then you kind of fizzle out. You might stick around, but you're putting out albums that nobody cares about.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that to agree with you, man, I think a lot of people have that misconception of like, man, I get signed, I make a little money, then all I'll do is spend my days in like hot tubs and writing really sweet guitar riffs, and like
Where's
that'll
the money?
be it. You know?
Yeah. I wish I had some money. I've never made any money off of this band. I think that's also a thing too. It's like, we've been a band for 5 years. I've never paid myself. Like, you shouldn't pay yourself like until you absolutely can. Like, it wasn't ever about making money. It was about living my dream. The money
for us, it's the same way, man. The money goes right back into the anything that's made goes right back into the project.
Yeah. Once touring's back and stuff like that, and we're touring full time, then yeah, we'll make money like that. We'll be employees, you know. But right now we haven't really done any of that. So it's, don't pay yourself, keep working hard, don't rely on a label, don't sign to a small indie label, because I think that no offense to them, if they're listening or if they hear this, like, they didn't do anything for us. It was, we owed them money, and now we pay them a percentage of all of our royalties. We could have made all that money.
Right. Well, you could make that money without them. That actually goes into my next question of what's the difference? And I'm sure it's different for every band and different experiences that people have. Like, not everyone's going to have the same experience. But what's the difference between a small indie label and like the bigger label that you're signing onto right now for you guys? How has that benefited you?
I don't want to say money, but money is definitely a thing.
Yeah, getting stuff paid for is huge, man.
Getting in with a company that has deep pockets is definitely beneficial compared to a little tiny label that doesn't have any bands. Like I would, like on that record label that we were on, we were the only band that was performing. Like all the other bands were, you know, they had a lot smaller numbers. So on this label, we're the small fish, and they have like, they have like North Lane, and they have like all those really big bands. They used to have like August Burns Red, and they used to have they have like all those big bands. So I feel like
it feels good to be the small band. Like it feels good. Like you obviously want to be a big band, but it feels good when you're with the label that has all these bigger names than you are, because you see the growth potential, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And
that means they have something that they value about you guys just as much as they do about these other bands that they see all this potential in. And that's got to be a huge compliment, not only to, you know, your music, but the fact that you guys have grinded, because man, labels don't pay attention unless you are on that grind.
For sure. If you're not touring in some capacity, if your music isn't well produced, if you just don't have the image, all these things are, you know, are negative contributions to what labels see. You know, they're like, the thing is there's so many bands. There's unlimited amount of bands.
Dude, I know. Tell me about it.
To get any kind of recognition or from the industry at all that's the first hurdle. Like that's the first hurdle in a career long line of hurdles.
Yeah.
Everything's, you know, forever. It's always going to be a hurdle. So it's always an uphill battle, but it's worth it in the end, because it's not like you get the satisfaction of releasing something that you worked really hard on and like having people take you seriously.
You take pride, and then you put it out there and people actually listen to it, and it makes you feel good, you know? Being in a band is hard. For both of you guys, I'm not in a band anymore, or ever was I in a serious band, but I can only imagine the sense of self-pride you take when you work really hard on something, get in the studio, and then it comes out and it's like perfect, exactly how you want it to sound, and then people start listening. Like, that has to be a good feeling. So
yeah, it's Holofront's my 12th band. And so
same way
they and this is the first time anybody's cared. So I think you know, I think it's for Holofront, I think it was equal parts hard work and equal parts relatable lyrics, and equal parts just like you know, catchy music. People like the music.
We're going to talk about how Holofront started and some other things when we get back. I do want to play this song right now. Loose Threads is the first song I think you loaded on here.
Yep.
Yep. I think this. If it's wrong, let me know when we play it, but I think this is Loose Threads. Let's jam it right now. Here we go. Dude,
cool ending.
Dude, that whole song is sick. I want to say
That's
one
hot.
thing. I hear a lot of bands, okay? I think you're episode 114, all right? So I've heard a lot of bands, a lot of metalcore sounding bands. I will say this. You guys you bring a sense of originality that I haven't heard yet from, I don't think, any band, and that's the the screaming part in the middle of that song there. It's almost, it sounds harder than some of these other metalcore bands. Maybe it's the way the screaming is. I don't know, but I dig it, dude. Fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Some undefinable je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, I think it's Hollow Front is just a mixture of every genre that I like, that everyone in the band likes. It's just like we don't stick to like we're only melodic metalcore. Like we have really heavy songs. We have lighter, like Loose Threads is probably one of our lighter songs. I would consider lighter.
Okay.
Even Wearing Thin isn't one of our heavy songs. Like some of our heavy songs are pretty heavy.
Well, I mean, in that I definitely heard some stuff that reminded me of that like old East Coast like beat down a little bit in there. That's like,
I agree with that.
I grew up in Nashville, man, and like that's some stuff that like for sure appeals, you know, and that's some it's refreshing sounding too. It doesn't sound like a typical like, oh, here comes the two-step part, guys. You ready? Like, you know, it's like it comes out of nowhere and you're kind of like, oh shit. Oh, all right, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Pretty commanding, man. Yeah, it's fun.
How did Hollow Front start? Like, how did you guys get together and form this band? And has the band stayed the same since it originally formed with the members?
Nope. I'm the only original member.
I should have bet that.
I killed all the rest of them.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Ritualistic combat is all I always say. To see who would keep the band. I won.
Yeah. Bloodsport.
The
Thunderdome full all the way. I get it.
Yeah,
like Gladiator. If you don't know Sebastian, this is what we do in bands. We consistently murder each other off until a super band gets formed.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, basically in 2016, I was getting a divorce. I was 25. I was kind of like, I was already over music at this point. I'd been in like 11 bands and they'd all been stinkers, you know?
Yeah.
I was always kind of always the one that was always trying to like be serious, and then, you know, you can't turn shit into, you know, gold. So
you can only polish a turd.
You can try.
Yeah.
Right.
But so like the members, like we weren't really taking it serious. It was just kind of like let's have fun and let's play local shows and let's write stupid heavy music, because that's how the band started. It was just really heavy and angry, and I had things to say about, you know, our first EP was called Homewrecker, so it was really about my divorce, and, you know, I just had a lot of things to say, and, you know, we got some attention from like Spotify, and we just got a little bit of attention right off the bat, which helped us get in front of like the smaller record label.
Right.
But by this time, like members were falling off left and right. You know, it was hard to keep. Once we started to be like, oh, let's take it a little serious, it was like, well, I need members that are going to take it serious. And I turned from, you know, like, I don't want to be serious. I just want to party and play shows, to being like, all right, we're being super serious and we're going to take this as far as we possibly can. So yeah, members fell off.
I think that's probably natural too, being in so many other bands, being serious with them. You come to a point where you're like, look, I just want to have fun, play music. And in the back of your head, though, I think you always hope something would be serious, but you don't want to be disappointed. So you just kind of let it go, and then it leads to something awesome, man.
Well, and I have 2 kids, and I never toured up until that point. So I was almost in my mid-20s. I was like, you know, I've been doing this for so long, and nothing's ever happened. I just don't see realistically, is it going to happen? Maybe I should be more focused on like home and kids. And when I was married, I wanted to be more focused on my marriage, and I just wanted to like just be home and do that.
That led you nowhere.
That led me
on your marriage.
It led me to this band.
That's right. It did.
And we just kind of, the members would come and go. I think we have like 5 ex-guitar players, I think, or something like that. It's hard to keep track nowadays, but
especially with guitar players. Ugh.
Yeah, and like when we added Dakota, who sings in the band, he's a guitar player and he sings. And once
voices complement each other really well, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, and that was all, happy accident. That wasn't anything planned. It was he joined the band to play guitar. There wasn't any. I mean, we had talked about him singing because I knew he could sing. He's in another band called Lan Vital, and he sings in that band. And I knew he could sing, but we just didn't know what we were doing or where we were going. So when he joined, it was like, well, I know he can sing, so that's in the back pocket. Like if we start singing, he can start singing, which is the natural evolution of the band. Is where that went. And then Brandon kind of came along because our bass player just up and quit, and I never met Brandon. And our old drummer was like, I know a bass player, and I was like, can he play bass? Kinda, yeah. He's yeah, he plays bass. I was like, that's all that matters.
He knows what one of those bass guitars are.
And then he ended up being like the saving grace of the band at the time, because like I was kind of like tired and didn't really think Halifron was going to do anything at that point. Still, I was kind of like, I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot more work than anything. And Brandon came in and like gave that spark that I really needed to be like, okay, I finally have somebody else in the band that's like
excited.
Yeah. And not to say Dakota wasn't excited, but he wasn't as excited as Brandon was.
Right.
And that kind of like really like put a fire under my ass. And like we released Still Life and did our first like small tour, and it did terrible, like any small first tour. Well, we didn't lose money, which was
good.
That's all that mattered.
Let's play. I do want to play because we don't got a whole lot of time. I do want to play Wearing Thin, and then I want to talk about your studio time that you were just doing. I went to your Facebook page. I was Facebook stalking you a little bit today, or the band's page anyways, and I saw a bunch of cool things like some sponsorships, and I saw week 1, week 2, fucking week 20 still in the studio. Just kidding, not that long. All right, let's play Wearing Thin right now. Now, when did this song come out?
This came out in December. This was our UNFD release song, like our signing song, and this has like finally the full members that are all on the last album.
Perfect. All right, here we go right now. At the stream. I do want to say real quick, you guys got a really awesome logo. I love that logo. That H and the F is cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's it.
I didn't make it.
Shout out to a random dude who did make it.
unstable tragedy. I waited all on the line, and wasted so much time. That I can change my mind. I opened up my heart for you to break me. And I give anything to let go of this pain. Tell me why I can't forget you.
Another cool ending. Jesus.
Yeah, man, that's
both
great.
both like wrap off like so perfectly, man.
You know what I think? I think your band could use an air drummer playing next to your drummer, and I just so happen to be available. So if you're looking and you like my suggestion, let me know. I'm available to tour and whatever. No, great song, dude. I love it. I love it, and I love my dad jokes also. So
Well, we have a song on the new album where there's a part where it has a bell, and my thing is
shit.
I want to wheel out a bell, like, right, you know, like just kind of like wheel it out, and yeah, just dong,
dude,
dong.
I'm your guy. I'm telling you, I am.
Sebastian's the bell guy.
I'll
You get a
ding
you
that,
have a
dude.
megaphone
Hard.
and you go, dinner's ready. Come get your dinner.
Now come inside now.
Yeah, right before the breakdown, you know, get in the house.
Get in the house. Clean us.
I'm gonna call your record label tomorrow and let them know we're adding one more to the roster. So
Yeah, I mean that's Sebastian's prison name, man. Sebastian the Bell. I mean, not that it had to do anything with bells, but he's a bell guy.
I thought you called me Slippery Soap.
I mean, you know, I don't think you're secluded to one nickname in prison.
That's you know what? I don't know, but if I ever go, I'll ask the other cellmate. All right. Hollow Front, Tyler, I do want to ask, you guys are in the studio, or you guys were just in the studio, now you're finally back home.
Yep.
And you guys were there for quite a while, so tell us about the new song, when it's coming out, and all that good jazz, man.
I have no idea when it's coming out. That's not, we just finished, so like a week ago from Sunday, so it's been like almost a week and a half since we've been home. We were there for like 4 weeks. It felt like 2 days. It was the quickest month of my life.
Was it super fun?
Yeah, it was super fun. We felt more creative and more inspired because you know, we've always recorded at home, and our producer Lee, he's recorded everything with us, and he came with us to Pennsylvania to help record. And it was just, everyone was just more like excited, and you know, instead of being at home where you feel comfortable and you're kind of just like you can be lazy. I think
the energy's more up, like, you know, we got to get this done. Not that it's pressure, but there's that slight amount of pressure does like kind of, I think, channel a little bit more flow state.
And it's just more like you're constantly working. You know, you're recording during the day, and at night we were workshopping choruses and talking about musical changes and things we wanted to do.
Immersed in it completely.
And then all the time after that's just fucking around, hanging out, DoorDash 3 times a day because there's nowhere to cook.
Shout out DoorDash. Onto the podcast.
Going to Planet Fitness every couple of days to shower because I didn't have a shower, so it was sleeping on air mattresses, and mine had a leak in it, so every night it was just like me flipping the switch, like laying on it, like 3 times a night. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was amazing. Brought me closer to my bandmates, who I consider them more brothers than I do friends or bandmates. They're more my brothers.
Right.
So that brought us closer. We got on each other's nerves, of course, but it was all in good spirits, and I had a blast.
Good. That's awesome, man. And speaking of not being sponsored by DoorDash, we are sponsored this episode by Recollection Graphics. Evan Chavez is an amazing artist. He actually does make band paintings, podcast stuff. He does logos for people. He's a great artist. So he is sponsoring tonight's episode, but not DoorDash.
No, not DoorDash.
Dude,
Shout out to the real sponsor.
People can't see me, but I don't know if you guys notice. I keep on doing this a lot. My foot's freaking itching, dude. Like I got athlete's foot or something. I don't know. I'm gonna go check that out once we're done here. All right, I do want to. Taylor, do you have any last questions you want to ask Tyler about his band Hollow Fronts?
Man, I mean, just I guess just with like COVID and all this stuff that's kind of gone on, I don't want to bring any of the year up for anybody, but as far as getting out on the road and getting back to playing some shows, do you guys have anything like local or anything?
We have 2 tours booked. Obviously I can't say anything more than that, but yeah, we have two full tours booked and a third in the works. And next year, 2022 is probably going to be the year I never see my family, because I think we're going to be on the road pretty much all 2022. Yeah, I mean, it's exciting because after not playing a show for over a year now, I think when shows come back, I think once they're allowed at full capacity, they will be at full capacity.
Oh, they'll be wild, man. I think it's going to be the Wild West. Like it's going to be a mad dash for everybody to get as much entertainment as they possibly can. And
I don't blame them.
We just got to go out and
cram it in there. They're going to cram it in there. Any last thing you want to say about your band? I know you don't know exactly when the single's coming out. Probably summertime is maybe what you're thinking. I would hope.
Next year, most likely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna be Loose
Christmas 2023.
Loose Threads came out in June of 2020, so knowing like labels and stuff, it'll probably 2022 is probably more likely. Whether what time in that year, I don't know. We'll have new stuff this year though. We'll put something out. It's not going to be the rest of the year we don't do anything. We have some pretty cool things in the works that I can't really say anything about, but they're cool.
Yeah. And
people can look forward to at least maybe coming and seeing you whenever you do announce it.
Yeah, we have a tour booked this year, so if shows happen in fall, we'll be all around.
I do want to clarify that it looks like a mosquito bite. I want to make that public announcement on here.
That's the culprit.
That's what it looks like, a mosquito bite. All right, everybody, I want to thank you for listening to The Loud Spot. Go check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the notification button on Facebook so you get notified when we're on. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. Go to www.theloudspot.net for all of our episodes. And I don't know if the YouTube link is on there, but we're working on getting that on there as well. So I guess that's all I got. Both of you guys don't go anywhere. I'm going to play the outro song. We're going to end this, and I'll be right back to talk to the both of you. So hopefully this is the right outro song. Here we go.
Much love, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. If you liked our video and you watched it on YouTube, make sure to click that subscribe button and click that bell to get notifications. If you watched it on Facebook, don't forget to click the like and share it with your friends. And if you watched it on Instagram, share it and give us a follow as well. Sebastian, he's going to tell you where to go to listen to the audio and get some cool merch. Sebastian?
Go to www.theloudspot.net and make sure when you go on YouTube to smash that subscribe button to make sure you get notified every time we have a new video. Subscribe on Facebook. We go live Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday nights. Please give us a like, give us a share, comment, tell your friends. We're trying to do this big. Peace out. Rock on. Much love.
Bye, guys.